I finally remember the password to this YouTube channel. I'm sorry, that's my intro.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But what's going on, guys? Right away here, and welcome back to the channel. As you guys can tell from the title, the thumbnail, everything, I played Black Ops 7 early, and in this video, I'm going to be breaking down every single detail that you guys need to know. Oh yeah, and I probably should mention, brand new background. My fiance and I recently just moved into a brand new home, but that's not the point of this video. We got a lot to talk about. Quickly though, I want to say thank you to Call of Duty Activision Treyarch for flying me out to LA on August, when did I fly out there? August 12th, I played the game. Yeah, August 12th, I played the game, Black Ops 7. Either way, huge shout out to them for flying me out to get hands-on with this game. There's so much to unpack with this video, and there's a lot of Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3 nostalgia, even Black Ops 4. So if you guys like that era specifically of Black Ops, I think you're really going to enjoy this game, but we have a lot to talk about. Let's just dive in. So first off, yes, elephant in the room, we just had Black Ops 6 made by Treyarch, and now this is Black Ops 7 also made by Treyarch. And I know a lot of you guys are probably going to be worried because we've had this situation in the past. We had Modern Warfare 2 made by Infinity Ward the year after Modern Warfare 3, but that was made by Sledgehammer. This time, Treyarch is making back-to-back CODs. Now, it was confirmed from the developers that Black Ops 7 was designed and made alongside Black Ops 6. Treyarch has made it really, really clear that this is not just like a rehash or a reskin. Black Ops 7 truly has its own identity, and from what obviously we played and what we saw from Treyarch, yes, it definitely has its own identity. I think one of the coolest things that's going to be happening within this Call of Duty for the first time is a global progression system. So whether you are playing campaign, multiplayer, zombies, whatever, everything is going to be fully connected and you will be making progress towards your level. So you're not gonna be wasting any time regardless of what game mode you are playing. Honestly, I think that's really sick. And again, that's super massive for players who consistently jump around between different game modes. And obviously in past Call of Duties, you know, if you played the campaign, you didn't actually level up for your total level, so it's really nice that you're not wasting any time in this game. First off, let's jump into campaign. There will be timestamps and sections, so if you guys don't care about the campaign, you want to maybe jump to multiplayer or zombies, don't worry, there's going to be timestamps. We do have to lay it all out with campaign first. I think that's super important, so here we go. So the campaign takes place in 2035, which means brand new tech, brand new movement, brand new characters, and also some old and returning characters. This is going to be a 4-player co-op campaign. So yes, you can jump into the campaign with your friends and complete the entire thing. And this also does connect all of the Black Ops campaigns that we've had in the past, but specifically, this is going to be taking place after the event in Black Ops 2 2025. The missions that they showcase to us are very, very diverse and a ton of different areas that you're gonna be exploring. We have the Mediterranean coast of Avalon, but we also are going to be exploring places like Tokyo. We're also gonna be exploring the chaotic, fractured psyche of David Mason. Yes, legitimately going into his thoughts. And a lot more real-world inspired places like Nicaragua, Angola, Alaska, stuff like that. We got also an early look at some of the characters and basically the squad we are going to be playing as. So first off, we have David Mason himself back as the team leader. In this game, he's gonna have a lot of serious internal conflict that we are going to be exploring. We also have Mike Harper, who is going to be acting as a brother figure for David Mason. And yes, he is going to be voiced by the one and only Michael Rooker. We also have Eric Samuels, who will not be taking any BS, and he will be keeping Harper in check throughout the entire campaign. We also have Leilani Tupola. Hopefully I'm saying her name right, but I have it on the screen right now. She is a brand new character, decorated soldier from New Zealand who had a disease, and because of this disease, she has a cybernetic arm and leg. We also have Emma Kagan, who is going to be the CEO of the guild. Okay, now this is where the campaign gets just a little wild. The missions that you will be going through, the main basic campaign is going to be extremely linear compared to other campaigns, so it's not going to be any of these open world type missions. You will be visiting a ton of areas and there's going to be a lot to explore, but it is much more linear. So the base campaign, linear, you can play with your friends, good, done. Once you beat the initial campaign story, this opens up the entire rest of the Avalon map and you unlock the final mission called Endgame. Yeah, that's pretty intense. This isn't just a cutscene or one single mission. This is going to have endless play sessions filled with 1 to 32 2 players. You take everything that you have earned throughout the initial campaign, whether that is operators, weapons, abilities, and you use everything that you have acquired in this final mission called Endgame. Oh yeah, and if your entire squad wipes, you lose everything. All of your progress. So death seriously matters in this final mission. Oh yeah, I did also mention abilities. And yes, because this campaign is taken in 2035, there are a lot of familiar abilities that you can be using within the campaign. We have a drone charmer, which literally you just put out a bunch of drones and they just like fly towards the enemies. We also have the grapple hook returning, very familiar with Black Ops series with the ruin specialist, as well as a mega jump. Literally, it's kind of like a jetpack, but it's just one single mega jump. You kind of clear a lot of distance. We also have the war machine coming back. We have active camo coming back as well, and some other things like a deployable shield and a lot of other abilities you will encounter. Also within your loadout in the campaign, there's this thing called like a specialization system, so you can actually cater points into like health and mobility and toughness and exotics, so you can really kind of tailor to whatever playstyle you want. But either way, that is campaign, a co-op experience filled with chaotic moments and endless game sessions with the final mission Endgame. Okay, but what about multiplayer? Well, we're gonna dive in, and this might be one of the sweatiest Call of Duty games to date. We're still in the year 2035 when it comes to multiplayer, but Treyarch themselves did say that this is going to be very familiar with Black Ops 2 gunplay, with a little bit of reimagined modern mechanics, I guess you can say. Just to give you guys a little bit of a taste, we have daily and weekly challenges returning into Black Ops 7 multiplayer. Weekly challenges were a massive part within Modern Warfare 3. I think Sledgehammer absolutely killed that system because we had aftermarket parts, we had camos we can unlock, and just a ton of weekly things throughout the season, which made players want to come back and complete challenges. So I'm so glad this is finally back. Oh yeah, and all those daily and weekly challenges are going to be across every single mode, even campaign. We have 16 mastery camos within Black Ops 7. Yes, 16. 4 in each game mode: campaign, multiplayer, zombies, and of course, Warzone. This is, I think, the most we have ever seen in terms of mastery camos, and the fact that campaign is going to have a camo grind this year is actually crazy. And yes, the classic prestige system and the level 1000 grind is back. It's returning. It's here. Thank God. And speaking of mastery camos, they did show us one. I do not know all of them. I don't know if Dark Matter is coming back or DM Ultra or Rainbow Diamond. I really don't know, but they did show us one camo, and this was the gold camo of multiplayer. It's called Shattered Gold, and they were using it on the M8A1 from Black Ops 2. We'll get into all the weapons in multiplayer, do not worry. They showcased Shattered Gold, which is going to be the first mastery camo in multiplayer. It definitely had that gold aesthetic, but it was basically like you take a glass pane or whatever and just shatter it. That is basically all in the gun. Not gonna lie, it looked really good to me. Another feature coming this year in multiplayer is weapon build sharing. So you know how YouTubers make these best class setups, or people will tweet out pictures of like their loadouts and the meta class setups? This time there's literally going to be weapon sharing via a code. So if I have a really awesome class setup, I can literally give you guys a code, send it to you guys as a viewer, and you can input it into your game and it will instantly copy the entire build. This is actually such a game changer, considering there's so many different attachments throughout Call of Duty games, and it can be obviously very overwhelming for new players. So the fact that I can literally just share a code to you guys, you can input it into your game and literally copy the entire class verbatim, that's unreal. Another major thing coming in Black Ops 7 multiplayer is going to be weapon prestige, not level 1000 or the classic prestige, but weapon prestige. So what does that mean? Let's dive in. When you jump into Black Ops 7 multiplayer, you're going to be selecting a gun for your loadout, and you're just going to be going through the classic levels, which is going to be level 1 to 50. Sometimes some weapons can probably fluctuate between like 47, level 48, but either way, it's probably going to be either level 1 to 50, the basic levels for each weapon. Once you get to the max level of a weapon, you will be entering Weapon Prestige 1. In Weapon Prestige 1, you will be unlocking a camo for the weapon as well as a unique attachment. And according to Treyarch and kind of the way they were explaining it, this unique attachment that you get from actually prestiging your weapon is going to be more so a, I don't know, like an operator mod or something like that. Something unique for that specific weapon. You can't use this attachment on anything else. But obviously, when you enter Prestige 1, you will have to re-unlock all of your attachments. So it's kind of a gamble of how you want to do it. Do you want to jump into Prestige and have to rank up the gun and all the attachments again? Or are you satisfied with just the base levels and you're not interested in that unique attachment or camo? It's really up to the player. Now, once you're in Weapon Prestige 1, you go to level 1 to 50 once again, and you can enter Weapon Prestige 2. In Weapon Prestige 2, we will be unlocking another camo as well as a weapon charm. But Treyarch did mention that the Weapon Prestige 2 camo that you unlock for all the weapons, they're actually going to be solid color camos because they know we love the solid color camo. So yes, each weapon in this game, once you reach Weapon Prestige level 2, you will be unlocking a solid color camo, which honestly pretty dope. And it doesn't even stop there, because after Weapon Prestige 2, you can level up a weapon to level 250. I'm not even exaggerating. And once you hit level 250, which is the final prestige and level for a weapon, you unlock, quote unquote, a hot camo. That is what Treyarch said to us, a hot camo. So I think it's going to be just a really awesome looking camo for each weapon in the game. I don't know what it is, but dude, there's so many opportunities to get camos in Black Ops 7, whether that's going to be weekly challenges or, I don't know, prestiging your guns and unlocking camos for each weapon prestige. Dude, it's going to be massive. All right, now let's move on to another juicy topic when it comes to multiplayer, and that is movement and combat. And yes, this game is featuring a brand new movement system. They called this brand new movement system Next Level Omni Movement. So obviously with Black Ops 6, we did get Omni Movement, and within Black Ops 7, this is basically building upon that. But the kicker is that you can wall run and wall jump in this game. By default, though, in Black Ops 7 multiplayer, there is not going to be tac sprint. Literally, since I've played Black Ops 7 with the early, access that I had, and seeing a ton of these like reports and these leaks, every single report is saying there is no tac sprint in Black Ops 7. And yes, that is true to an extent, because by default, there is no tac sprint, but there will be a perk in the game which will allow tac sprint. There also will be perks in the game for faster movement and quicker recovery times, faster reloads, sprint fire, stuff like that. You can really make your character a lot faster with specific perks. So while you are wall running and wall jumping in this game, you cannot ADS or dive or whatever by default, but there will be a perk as well that you can equip that when you are doing a wall jump, you are going to be able to ADS. So you could probably make some crazy plays. And also, speaking of perks, let's dive into kind of how the perk system will work in BO7 multiplayer. Very similar to Black Ops 6, but there is sort of a twist. So returning from Black Ops 6 multiplayer, combat specialties are back. If you guys have ever played BO6, you will know if you equip all 3 blue perks or red perks or green perks, you unlock a combat specialty, which will give you just an added perk on top of everything. But in BO6, you needed to have all 3 of the same color perks to activate that bonus. Whereas in Black Ops 7, there's going to be 3 new hybrid specialties. So you can actually mix and match the colors this time depending on the perks playstyle. For these hybrid specialties, we have Overwatch, which is going to be one of them. You can have bonus score from bullet kills after assists. We also have Scout, which is going to be huge for stealth players. You're going to be hitting from the mini-map and the compass, stuff like that. And also we have Captain, which is going to have a faster field upgrade charge time. So for example, you do not need 3 like blue perks to gain a bonus perk like in Black Ops 6. You can mix match in this game. You can have 2 blue perks if you want and 1 red perk. And as long as they have the same playstyle, you will be getting a bonus perk on top of that. For some of the returning perks, and I'm just going to read this off a list, we have Ninja, Gearhead, Bruiser, Flak Jacket, Tac Mask, Ghost, and some of the new perks. We have Network, which are going to be sharing buffs with teammates. We have Looper, which will be able to have the ability to loop score streaks by default. You cannot loop score streaks, but with the Looper perk, yes, you can. It's here again, which is awesome. And of course, there's going to be a perk called Tactical Sprint, which will give you the ability to tac sprint. We also have Agility, which is going to increase move speed and recovery time. We are going to have Gung Ho, which will be able to fire weapons while sprinting. And I think also we're going to be having Dexterity back. They said, I think according to the developers, Dexterity will be the perk you want to rock for, having faster wall jumping and ADSing while wall jumping and stuff like that. Now, there is going to be wild cards returning. The class setup system looked very similar to Black Ops 6. So yes, wild cards are back, but one of the the new wild cards in this game is going to be Specialist. Yes, Specialist, not the like superhero powers that we had in Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4. No, this is Specialist from Modern Warfare 3. So if you equip this wild card Specialist, you will not be earning score streaks, but you will be earning additional perks instead. And if you do reach a 1200 score in your streak, you will literally unlock every single perk in the game. So if you want to be a true Slayer, if you do not care about score streaks and you just want to feel probably like you have Juggernaut or like literally God mode, if you want all the perks in the game, you can rock the Specialist wild card, get 1200 score via capturing points or kills or whatever, and you will have every single perk in the game. This is going to be unreal. All right, so now let's break down some of the weapons that you will be seeing in multiplayer. So I'm just going to read off from a list once again. Talking about some of the assault rifles, we have the Peacekeeper MK1. They were very happy to have the Peacekeeper returning. If you guys didn't know, that was the first ever bonus or DLC weapon you can purchase in Call of Duty. That was all the way back in Black Ops 2. We're also going to be having the Eagle assault rifle, which was heavily inspired by the Rampart from Black Ops 4. We also have the Hawk assault rifle. The M8A1 is going to be returning from Black Ops 2. This is actually going to be a marksman rifle though. We also have the M16, which I believe is another marksman rifle. For the SMGs, I believe we have the Mini Uzi. It was either an SMG or a pistol. We have the Puma submachine gun, which is heavily inspired from the PDW from Black Ops 2. We also have the Dravik 45 submachine gun. We have the Versus Recon Sniper. They said it was inspired by the DSR 50 from Black Ops 2. We also have the Baltic Sniper, which is more of like a charge burst sniper rifle, like energy burst. I don't know. We also have the Echo 12 shotgun, which is going to be a dual action shotgun with a dual barrel. We're also going to be having the Plus or the Pulse launcher. It's like an energy based charge launcher thing. It was actually pretty cool. For the LMG, we have the MK78. For a brand new melee weapon in the game, we have the Shock Baton. We have the Orion pistol. And on top of all of these weapons I just said, there are going to be 16 plus never before seen weapons in Call of Duty. I think it's honestly a really good mixture of new weapons we've never seen before, but also really awesome throwback weapons like the Peacekeeper, the PDW, the M8A1, M16, the Rampart. There's so much good in this. Now, of course, if we're talking MP, we have to talk score streaks. They did give us a little bit of the glimpse of what score streaks will be coming into MP. So you're going to have the classics, the UAV, the counter UAV. The developers did hint at a orbital VSAT. I don't know if that's going to be in the base game or added later on, but they did hint at it. And honestly, Treyarch, if you're listening to this video, always have a VSAT. But talking about some of the other score streaks, we have the DAWG, or the dog. It's literally going to be a robot dog that you can spawn in, and it will go around the map and shoot enemies for you. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. RCXD is also going to be back. We have the Gravemaker, which is going to be a brand new streak, I believe. It's like a sniper launcher hybrid. And this thing was absolutely insane when they showed up clips and kind of like a brief footage of it. You can highlight enemies through walls. When you scope in with this sniper launcher Gravemaker thing, you can literally look through a wall. It will highlight enemy in red, and you can also shoot them through the wall because this thing is a sniper launcher charge beam thing. It's unreal. But if you are targeted by this score streak, you will have some type of indicator that tells you, hey, this person is using the Gravemaker and you're currently being targeted, so you better run or watch out. We also have the Rhino, which is going to be a massive robot that falls from the sky and you can control it. Literally, if you were in like a mech suit, very Titanfall sort of thing. But yeah, you control this big robot, it falls from the sky, and you can just absolutely destroy enemies. We also have the HKD, which is like this version's attack dog, although they're mini robots instead. We also have the VTOL warship, very obviously heavily inspired by Black Ops 2 score streak, but this time it's bigger and better. We also have the Skewer, which is going to be sort of like a Hellstorm, and yeah, that's kind of all the score streaks that they told us for right now, but they did mention that throughout like weekly challenges, throughout seasons, there will be also score streaks that we are going to be able to unlock. Very similar to what we saw with Black Ops 6, how they added score streaks over through the seasons. I do want to talk about a brand new system coming into multiplayer called the overclock system. So if you ever played Advanced Warfare or Infinite Warfare, you are going to be somewhat knowing what this new system is already. Essentially, with this overclock system, you can level up your equipment, your score streaks, and field upgrades. Yes, you can literally give all of those things more bonuses to improve your gameplay. We'll also somewhat like alter the functionality of these things. So back in Advanced Warfare or Infinite Warfare, you can actually upgrade individual score streaks to either make them easier to get, last longer, like the UAV will last longer, or the orbital VSAT will last longer, and it'll also give you somewhat of bonuses. I remember in Advanced Warfare, I think the advanced UAV or the UAV didn't have like directional triangles on the minimap, but that was sort of a bonus you can add towards the score streak. So that is also coming back. The developers did definitely want to mention though that this is going to be a very simplistic, like very easy to play and progress sort of thing. So it's not like an overwhelming system, but I think it is really cool that you can sort of make your score streaks or your equipment or your field upgrades have more bonuses depending on what you want. This was an example that they directly told us. So there is going to be an active camo field upgrade. So some of these specialist abilities that we've seen in Black Ops 3 and in Black Ops 4, and some of them are going to be in Black Ops 7 campaign, they will be in MP. So for instance, the active camo field upgrade, once you hit overclock 1, you're going to have faster charge speed for your field upgrade. If you have overclock 2, you can actually recloak after firing your weapon. In the past with active camo, the second you shoot, you are not invisible anymore. So with this time, you can actually recloak yourself after you fire your gun. Now, next up, let's talk launch maps. Treyarch is really not holding back. We have a mixture of classic Black Ops 2 maps at launch and coming throughout all of the seasons. We also have brand new maps as well. In total, we're going to be having 18 maps. 16 of those are classic core 6v6 maps, and 2 of them are going to be for this massive 20v20 mode called Skirmish. And on the screen right now, I'm just going to be showcasing all of the 6v6 maps at launch. So we have the Forge, Toshin, Exposure, Context, Scar, Den, Homestead, Colossus, Imprint, Dry Dock, Retrieval, Paranoia, and then we also have BO2 classics like Express coming back, Raid. Thank God they did it. They brought back Raid. We also have Hijacked from Black Ops 2 and also another new map called Blackheart. I think it's also worth noting that these 3 classic BO2 maps, Express, Raid, and Hijacked, are all going to be themed around Tokyo. So I think that's really cool. A brand new inspiration towards these old classics. And then the 2 skirmish maps, this is the large scale 20v20 mode. We have Mission Edge and Mission Tide. Those are the only 2 maps that we saw for this new mode. That was definitely the largest section of information we needed to talk about, but I think the main thing with multiplayer this year is the brand new movement, the ability to literally wall jump. I think it's awesome. Like, we have this Omni movement coming back, which I'm a massive fan of, but also the new maps and all the maps in Black Ops 7 multiplayer are going to have these wall jumping spots. You can make some crazy plays. You can actually chain some of your wall jumps to other walls around you as well. So you can get pretty vertical with this and make some really, really awesome clips. And I genuinely cannot wait for you guys to feel it, because I can't talk about what I felt when I played the game, but yeah, you guys are just gonna want to try out this new wall jumping mechanic. It almost feels like they were trying to bring jetpacks back, but also wanted to maintain this boots on the ground Omni movement. So I think this is a really good middle ground. Like, we have sort of the feel of jetpacks from Black Ops 3, but I feel like it's more so this crazy movement from Black Ops 4 almost. So I genuinely can't wait for this. Now let's head over to the final section of this video. This is for all of the Zombies fans. Now for Zombies, this might be the largest round-based Zombies map we have ever gotten. Not just in size, but with intent and what the developers want to do with it. It's actually going to be 6 smaller maps connected by these dangerous like paths and roads filled with fog and crazy zombies, crazy difficulty, but kind of think BO2 Transit a little bit more, but intense. We're also going to be using this thing called the Wonder Vehicle to basically get around the map. And also coming back is the original crew. This is going to be the 3rd iteration of the original Zombies crew, but everything that has happened in the past, like all the past events with these characters, are still canon. So we have a lot to learn about why these old characters are also back, but on top of that, we're also going to be having returning characters. So there's going to be a total of 8 new operators, or 8 operators within zombies, and they can all interact, have unique voice lines. You're going to have a little bit of the old school characters and a little bit of the new school characters, like basically talking in game, which I think is really cool, and I can't wait to see the voice lines. Also, survival from Black Ops 2 is going to be returning, so they're going to be taking these 6 smaller maps from this one larger map, and they called it, what did they call it? The RBZ launch map. So that is like the big map in total, and then there's 6 sections around the big map, and then roads and paths connecting all of them essentially. But survival is back. That's going to be like your basic round-based zombies, and the first one that they did confirm was farm. I don't think it's like the same farm from Black Ops 2, but that is going to be one of the smaller maps used as a survival map, essentially taking these smaller areas and making them standalone maps. And also, Dead Ops Arcade will be returning, and that will also have the global progression system, so you can play Dead Ops Arcade and also still level up towards your global level. That's pretty much all the information we did get from zombies, but a last few little bit of tidbit notes here. Carry forward is back, so your XP tokens, your gobble gums, and a lot of the content from Black Ops 6 will be moving into Black Ops 7. So drop a comment, let me know your thoughts. What are you going to be jumping into first? What game mode are you going to be playing? Are you excited about all this information? Is this enough for you as a consumer to purchase this new Call of Duty game, or have you sort of lost faith throughout the years because a lot of these most recent Call of Duty games haven't really showed us what Call of Duty is actually capable of? I feel like sometimes they hold back, they overthink, they don't really add things that we all want, but let me know down below in the comments how all this information is feeling to you guys. And also, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be having a ton of Black Ops 7 content very, very soon. The beta will be in October, and the game will be releasing, I believe, on November 14th. So either way, thank you all so much for watching. Once again, huge shout out to Call of Duty, Activision, and Treyarch for flying me out to LA to get hands-on with Black Ops 7 early. Can't wait for you guys to see it. Can't wait to make content and videos on it. I feel like with the wall jumping, knowing me, I love Black Ops 3, so this has a lot of BO3 vibes. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be back. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.